All right, today we're going to dig into the architecture behind a next-generation learning platform. We're talking about the technical blueprint that powers a truly smart, AI-driven study buddy.
I want you to imagine something for a second. You're watching a really complex lecture online. Instead of just hitting pause and rewind a dozen times, what if you could just ask the video a question and get an instant, pinpoint accurate answer? That, right there, is the big problem we're exploring today: how you turn passive video watching into an active, guided learning experience.
So yeah, the challenge is super clear. We are absolutely swimming in amazing video content. But trying to navigate it all? It's tough. It's easy to get lost. And let's be honest, learning from a screen can feel pretty lonely and passive. We need a way to make it smarter, more interactive, and a heck of a lot more effective. So how do you build a system that can do all of that? Well, the answer isn't to build some giant, clunky program that tries to do everything at once. No, the solution is to build a team of highly focused, specialized services that all work together seamlessly. And that's where this idea of microservices comes in. The pit crew analogy, it's absolutely perfect. You don't have one mechanic trying to change the tires, refuel the car, and tweak the engine. You have a specialist for each job, an expert in their domain. The system we're looking at, it works the exact same way. Okay, so this diagram, it's basically our team roster in action. Think of it like a journey. A request from you, the user, comes in through the API gateway on the far left. From there, it gets routed to the right specialist. One might handle the AI analysis, another manages all the video data. The results then get stored in the databases you see on the right, and finally, the video itself is streamed to you from the delivery layer at the bottom. Every single box here is its own little specialist, working independently but in perfect harmony.
And why go to all this trouble? Well, there are three massive payoffs. First, you get this amazing focus. Each service has one job, and it gets really, really good at it. Second, you can optimize your technology. You can use Python for the AI stuff because it's great for that, and a totally different tool that's built for high-speed video streaming. You use the best tool for every single job. And maybe the coolest part? Independent scalability. This means the system can handle a massive audience for one viral video without slowing down the AI note-taking for a single student somewhere else. It's just an incredibly smart and resilient design.
Okay, so let's zoom in on one of the most critical players on this team, the digital gatekeeper. Its entire job is to make sure the whole system is secure and that every single request is legit. Think of it exactly like airport security. You can see it on the left. A client request comes into the system. It then has to pass, step by step, through a series of middleware checkpoints. First, it gets authenticated to prove who it is. Then, if it's another program, its special API key gets checked. The system even looks at rate limiting, to make sure no one is spamming the system with requests. Only after it passes every single one of these checks does the request get sent to the core AI, and the response delivered back to you. So that first security checkpoint is basically just asking, who are you? And the system is super flexible about how you answer. As you can see in the diagram, a request can go down a few different paths. If you're a regular user, you'll probably go down the top path, using your Google account to log in. Easy enough. But if you're an external application trying to connect, you go down the middle path and use a secure API key, which is kind of like a special password just for a program. The system knows exactly who you are and what you're allowed to do. And all this security stuff, it leads to some really practical benefits. For instance, one of those checks uses something called an ETag. You can think of it like a version number for your notes. This little trick cleverly prevents what's called the lost update problem. It means if you and a friend are taking notes on the very same video, the system is smart enough to see if someone else has made a change, which stops you from accidentally overwriting each other's work. And now, let's get to the really exciting part. Because all of this careful planning, this whole team of specialists, it's all been designed to power the main event, giving you your own personal AI learning assistant that feels like magic, but is actually just really solid engineering. And the way this AI magic happens is actually a pretty straightforward three-step pipeline. First, a video gets uploaded and its transcript is extracted. Simple. Second, the AI processing engine gets to work, reading through that entire transcript to find all the important bits. And finally, the output, like those smart bookmarks, is delivered and stored just for you. And this is what that looks like in practice. It's awesome. The AI isn't just dropping random bookmarks, it's actually categorizing them. It can tell the difference between when a new concept is introduced, when a formal definition is given, and when an example is used to explain it. It's literally like having an expert teaching assistant pre-highlight your textbook for you. Yeah, and this quote from the original analysis just hits the nail on the head.
The system intelligently identifies these moments. It's not just hunting for keywords, it's analyzing the content to truly understand what's important. And in doing so, it transforms a flat wall of text into a structured, easy-to-use study guide, all done automatically. Look, automatic bookmarks are a game changer for sure. But this architecture, it allows for something that's on a whole other level. What if you didn't even have to look through bookmarks? What if you could just talk to the video? This is where everything we've talked about really pays off. You can ask a question in plain English like, hey, what was that main point about microservices again? The AI will then search the entire transcript, find the most relevant part, and give you the answer as a direct quote, along with the exact timestamp. You can even ask it to make up a few practice questions based on the video, so you can test yourself. It's incredible. So when you take a step back, you start to realize this isn't just about a cool app or a fancy feature. This is a potential blueprint for a totally new way of learning, one where information isn't just thrown at us, but is something we can actually interact with, question, and truly explore. And that really leaves us with a huge question to think about. We've seen how this works for a video lecture, but what if it wasn't just videos? What else could we learn, and how much faster could we learn it if every document, every article, every single piece of information we came across had its own built-in AI assistant ready to help us understand it all?